Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Rhea, and as we know, it's starting to get colder outside and my favorite season ever is coming to an end. So with that being the case, I went ahead and decided to start making some winter accessories. So I'm going to walk you through the process of how I made this scarf and these really cute fingerless gloves. That way you can make your own, or you could actually make it as a gift for someone else. I will have the pattern available soon, and you would think fingerless gloves should be a no-brainer, just trace your hand, which yeah, that's what I thought, and I made about 3 pairs of these. So my daughters, they have their own little pairs because it was too small. You have to take into account the space that the fabric takes, and then of course seam allowance. So for these, I actually needed to expand and extend the pattern, I guess, of my actual hand a lot more than I thought I would. So if you're just making a single layer, like say with fleece or something like that, you can definitely get away with just tracing your hand and that'll work out just fine. But if you're gonna use like tweed and this fur, you're gonna have to use a pattern or just, you know, expand the width of the glove itself, because you need a lot more room. With that being said, let's get started. So we're gonna go ahead and start with making the scarf first, and we're essentially cutting a very long rectangle that is 54 inches by 9. So now we're gonna go ahead and use the fur layer as our guide to cut out the tweed layer. And here we go. So I lined everything up and made sure that they were equal, the fur layer and the tweed layer. And at this point, what you'd want to do is put right sides face together. And then we're going to sew around 3 of the edges. Honestly, it doesn't matter what side you decide to leave open, as long as you leave one of the 4 open. And while doing this step, it's very important that you make sure that both layers of fabric are nice and flat. So you'd want to take your time so that way you don't have any bubbles or puckering in your finished scarf. And now that we got 3 of our sides sewn up, I'm just going to pull everything inside out. So you want to make sure that you get the corners pulled out properly. If you do have any excess fabric in the corners, you just want to clip those diagonally. Once you've sewn down the 4th side, this is a good time to go ahead and do a understitch all the way around the perimeter of the scarf, or at the very least you can do along the 2 longest sides of the scarf, just to make sure that it's not folding weird. This will keep it nice and crisp, and you know, it'll keep everything lined up really nicely even while you wear it. For those who are doing just a single layer fingerless glove, this is how you would trace your hand and go down as far as you'd like along your wrist. So for your fingers, you'll want to kind of angle it, since you know your pinky is generally shorter. And just to be on the safe side, I would say after making this traced pattern of your hand, go ahead and add a 1/5 of an inch to an inch seam allowance, just to give yourself adequate room to work with. And that's it. So I'm using the pattern that I drafted, that I've been trying to perfect. So we pretty much cut out 4 of the tweed and 4 of the fur. And now that we have both pieces, we're going to put right sides together and sew across the top. As you see here, we're just sewing across the top of the thumb and around the thumb area. And now just gonna go ahead and trim off any of the excess fabric. And I'm just clipping the corner in between the thumb and the rest of the fingers. I don't know what you call that space, but yeah, now we're gonna turn it inside out. Do that for each of the gloves. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and hem up the edges, or you can use a zigzag stitch if you'd like, or whatever type of finishing stitch. I would also at this point recommend going ahead after you finish, you know, the tweed side or the outer side and the inner, to go ahead and sew them together. That would have like worked better. I didn't realize that until after I had done one hand, and then like went ahead and did that for all the rest of them. But yes, I would recommend finishing them, and being that the fabrics are so thick, you can't tell that you went over it twice anyway. Now that we got them all sewn together, we're going to actually construct the finished glove. So now we're going to put right sides together. And we're going to sew the gloves on the sides and in between the thumb. And now we're just going to pull it inside out. And they are finished. Now the last thing to do is to go ahead and clean this up, you know, get rid of the little extra strings. And then they'll be ready to wear. Here they are, all done. And here's the scarf. And it's super warm. I think you guys would really love it if you made one. It's such a nice like compliment to many outfits and coats and stuff. It's a fun project, it's easy, it would make a great gift, especially with the holidays coming up. So I definitely recommend trying it out. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye!